Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hikmala Dewanandasa. My registration number is A1M218115, and today I'm going to explain about the thesis from Martin Kustati, dosen Fakultas Tarbiyah IAIN Imam Bonjol Padang, and the title is The Contribution of English Students Speaking Strategies and Motivation on Their Speaking Ability at Tarbiyah Faculty of IAIN Imam Bonjol Padang. Okay, next move to the abstract. The aims of the study are to describe first speaking strategies that are most frequently used by the student of the English Department Tarbiyah Faculty. Second, the contribution of the students speaking related LLAs in developing in their speaking ability, and the last is the contribution of student learning motivation in the development of their speaking skill. Uh, Speaking test strategy inventory for language learning SILL and learning motivation questionnaire were employed to collect the data. The research finding revealed that there were 34 speaking strategies which were most frequently used by high average and low achievement students. The finding also showed that both students speaking strategies and motivation give significant contribution on students' speaking ability. Thus, speaking lecturers are expected to be able to implement innovative and varied teaching techniques. Next table of content, there are 4 points. First is introduction, the second is method, next finding, and the last is discussion. Language is a tool for communication. Through communication, one can interact, transfer one's knowledge, share one's ideas, exchange information, and solve problems and feelings with others as well. Furthermore, communication can be done through the spoken or written form. However, in general, sharing information or expressing the message, the people use oral or spoken language. In other words, speaking is considered as the easier way to communicate. Majority of students in Indonesia still encounter problems in the mastery of English, especially spoken English. The purpose of this study is to analyze the student speaking strategies preference and the contribution of student speaking strategies and learning motivation to their speaking ability. The topic is likewise important for the teachers in providing them with the necessary background to teach spoken English both as a second and foreign language in general, and specifically in Indonesia to help students discover some tricks and shortcuts to make it easier for them. Next, method. There are 2 points. The first is sample. 79 of second-year students from the English department at Tarbiyah Faculty were involved from 93 females and 16 males. They had different levels of English proficiency, ranging from beginner to intermediate and advanced levels. And the last is instrument. The instrument used for data collection were speaking test, strategy inventory for language learning, and learning motivation questionnaire. Next, findings. There are 3 points. The first is the high average and low achievement student speaking related LESS preference. The tabelnya di samping. In presenting the data from the second and third research question, the researcher used quantitative analysis using simple regression. Data from this study include 3 variables: student speaking strategies, student learning motivation, and the last, and student speaking ability. 79 students were involved. Data was analyzed using the median, mean, mode, standard deviation, variance, range, minimum score, and maximum score, and sum score. Table 1 shows the result of the computation. Next, second is the contribution of students speaking related language learning strategies to their speaking ability. Simple regression was used to prove the hypothesis whether there is a relationship between the students' speaking strategies and their speaking ability. Each Hanol variable x1 doesn't contribute to SSA significantly. how H1 variable x1 contributes to SSA significantly, linear regression was used to know whether the form of correlation between x1 and y has predictive correlation. The correlation can be seen from the table below. And the last point from the finding is the contribution of student learning motivation to their speaking ability. Based on the data, it can be concluded that there is a significant correlation and contribution between the student learning motivation and speaking ability. The correlation is 51.3%, while the 48.7% come from other factors. Linear regression was used to know whether the form of correlation between x1 and y has predictive correlation. The correlation can be seen from the table now. Next, the last is the discussion. Speaking strategies contribute a great deal of success in improving the speaking ability of students. It is considered as one of the fundamental factors that promote improvement in the student speaking capabilities. It also makes the speaking activity easier, more enjoyable, and more effective. Speaking strategies can be used in line with the student needs, which in turn depends much on the individual language development, experiential background, attitude towards speaking, and the environmental situation. I think that enough from my presentation. I close by saying wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.